on the mound, wearing number 33 from Northern State University in South Dakota, Luke Chevalier.
Luke was a great athlete early on. You can see he had the grace of a baseball player.
Aggressive, a lot of confidence.
He competes really hard.
Some would say this is just another kid from Cotuit, Massachusetts that loves baseball. Others would argue this kid is different. Luke Chevalier grew up loving the game of baseball. He was a 4-year varsity starter at one of the smallest Division IV programs on Cape Cod, Sturgis East Charter School.
I think the school is, typically people look at Sturgis as an academic school. I think this shows that, we get all types of students at our school. Some athletes, some are gifted athletes like Luke.
While he pitched and played the field, it was his talents on the hill that allowed him to attend a Division II school almost 2,000 miles from Cape Cod. That school was Northern State University in South Dakota. With his family having moved to South Dakota, Chevalier needed a host family back in Cotuit. That's where we meet longtime friends of the Chevaliers, the Augustinelli family, specifically Tony.
Gosh, the Italian stallion. This guy he's unbelievable. Just so fun to talk about. I could talk baseball with that guy for hours on end.
So what's the best part about living with Papa Tony? The homemade Italian cooking and nightly dinner baseball conversations.
Ryan pitched tonight? Yeah, Ryan.
You know what? It was natural from day one. It was the first night he was here, I made pasta and we watched the Red Sox. So it was no different than if one of my boys or my daughter were here. I think it's our job as house parents to just make everything easy so the boys can focus on baseball. I'm not an experienced house parent. This is the first time we're doing it, but we have to take care of all the details so they can focus because they're here for a reason.
After a good night's sleep, and now just 2 days away from his second Cape League start, Chevalier heads to the field to throw a short bullpen session with pitching coach Jerry Weinstein, who he's recently developed a close relationship with.
I don't have enough to say about Jerry. In the 2 weeks I've been here, he's helped me immensely. Like, the guy has more knowledge of baseball than I could collect in 6 lifetimes. It's unbelievable. He just knows so much about the game, and I'm just lucky to be able to hear and just kind of really like soak it up, just be a sponge for the summer, you know what I mean?
Okay, so how do we correct it externally? It always comes back to what?
Target.
Target. Breaking ball is a little bit loose. We just got to shorten that up and make it more of a power breaking pitch. The slider's a little bit sweepy, and then just overall game management skills. Knowing how to attack hitters and pitch to his strengths while still being able to attack hitters' weaknesses, and just refining his being more precise and purposeful with his catch play so his command improves.
Another important figure in Chevy's Cape League experience has been head coach Mike Roberts, who's been at the helm at Cotuit for the last 15 years.
Coach Roberts is a great dude. He's an old-time guy, and he really lets you know like how he wants it to be done. And I mean, obviously he's been here for 15 years, but he's coached in North Carolina. He's a pivotal guy in the Cubs organization. So I mean, you basically you shut up and you listen to whatever he has to say. He has helped me a great deal so far.
Well, I've known Luke for many years. I've watched his whole family grow up here, and it's really fun to have a local youngster to come back after he moved away and never knowing really whether or not he would come back, and kind of losing track of him a little bit and finding out how successful he'd been at school. So it's a lot of fun for myself, and I think a lot of the community members who knew the Chevalier family before they moved are really enjoying it.
After Chevalier's first start against the Orleans Firebirds, scouts have now put him on their radar.
Like, once you start looking at all the radar guns, and your head goes somewhere else, and I mean, you really just got to have an approach that you just hey, they're there, but I mean, you're in total control, and you can't really control them being there. So,
although the 2018 MLB draft fell through, the rising senior is still confident in his baseball future.
But yeah, obviously, what happened in the draft didn't work out entirely, but I mean, I'm pretty confident in what's going to happen in the next couple weeks. Being passed, I mean, it just gives me that much more motivation to just kind of like go out there and kind of have like a really like no care like attitude. Like I'm just like here to play, and I mean I really have no pressures at this point now. So I mean I'm just gonna go out there and do my thing. It's just like playing back in the day, like just the old times. I missed it a lot. I mean, and obviously like being like back at school is like it's like a different animal, but it's just a lot cooler this year. Just like being able to like suit up in the Cavaliers uniform, know you're going to like play at such a higher level and like kind of have like a bigger purpose for what you're doing. And now here I am, and I'm gonna go start for the Cavaliers today.
Welcome out to Stony Brook Field, everybody.
Brewster Whitehouse. And on the mound, wearing number 33 from Northern State University in South Dakota, Luke Chevalier.
Go 3-3.
Because I was really working forward, like towards like from the Northwoods to get to the Cape League. I was really hoping that I'd get the opportunity, and now here we go. Here we are.
Be humble, but be confident, right? He's a D2 kid. He's coming in against top players in the country, but as you saw in his first start, he more than held his own. So humble, confident. Before he went out, I said, number one, good luck. Number two, Luke, you belong here. Don't forget that.